Cars with an automatic gearbox add so much to a driver's convenience. Hence, the need for automatic cars has been increasing by the day. In fact, now in a bid to provide a more affordable automatic option, Nissan is providing an AMT with the Magnite. First launched in December 2020, the Magnite is currently the only model in Nissan India's portfolio. It was available only with a CVT or manual gearbox with the more powerful 1-litre turbo petrol engine. Now we are here driving the new Nissan Magnite Easy Shift, which comes with a 1-litre naturally aspirated engine mated to an automated manual transmission. Let's find out how it is to drive. We've seen and experienced the 1-litre turbo with the CVT gearbox. Now it's the NA 1-litre 3-cylinder petrol that comes mated to an automated manual transmission or so-called AMT. This power plant produces 71 bhp of power and 96 Nm of torque, the same as the entry-level variants offered earlier. The position of the new gear lever and the pedals is not very different, and driving off is quite easy. You just have to keep the brake pressed, put the gear lever in drive mode and start releasing the brake. And the car slowly starts to creep ahead. So it's easy to get off the line. But since we are of late used to the turbo, this NA petrol doesn't feel very impressive in terms of pulling power. And it isn't that energetic too, so you need to keep revving it to keep up with the traffic. This is where it gets noisy about 3000 rpm, and the average refinement levels of this 3-cylinder mill also show. And though it tries to shift up early, when you put the pedal to the metal, it allows you to rev till its red line at 6000 rpm as well. After that, it shifts up automatically. The good thing is how the AMT takes away all the effort to change gears or even press the clutch. And if need be, you can change gears manually too. Well, this need arises more often than seldom whenever you try to overtake. You will have to plan and go past a long vehicle, as there's a delay in shifting to a lower gear automatically. Also, there's not enough torque to get it going quickly. Otherwise, within the city for laid back driving, just keep it in the drive mode and it keeps changing the gears for you. In terms of ride quality and handling too, it continues to be as good as the other existing variants. The Magnite's suspension setup is not as stiff as some other cars, which makes for a more comfortable ride over small bumps and potholes in the city. It handles ruts and irregularities well at low speeds. However, the suspension can become noisy and crashy at high speeds, especially over broken or rough roads. If you are taking such a path, you will have to slow down. The steering too is slightly on the heavier side, and with 3.5 turns lock to lock, it's quite slow to respond. It would have been great if it could have provided some more feedback. Otherwise, it's quite manageable. Out on the highway, it remains stable and planted. This is even at triple-digit speeds, making anyone take long-distance trips confidently. Then, the brakes provide the required bite and assurance even under panic braking. Overall, these are good trades for a crossover. Before we conclude, let's give you a gist of the changes outside. With the introduction of the Easy Shift, there are no cosmetic changes to the car. The design, color options remain more or less the same, and it is a good thing as this car doesn't look like a jacked up hatchback, and it is one of the good looking crossovers in this segment. Also, just to help differentiate it from the standard model, this one gets an Easy Shift badge on its tailgate. Step inside and you'll notice that the interior is same as the standard model. The layout, the space inside and even the equipment is matched to the existing variant lineup. If you've sat in the Magnite before, you'll figure it's spacious in the front with good room in the back seat too. It's an ergonomic cabin with sufficient storage and stowage places. Even the boot space is good at 336 liters. That said, the quality still remains mediocre in terms of panel gaps, scratchy plastics, uneven fabric on the door pad, and things that don't feel rock solid, reminding us it's built to a cost. Nevertheless, like many modern vehicles, it gets an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system, a 7-inch digital instrument cluster, a 360-degree camera, car connect technology, a multifunctional steering wheel, etc. However, it misses out on a wireless charger and a sunroof, which has started to become a norm in the top spec cars today. Nonetheless, on the safety front, there's a seat belt reminder, TPMS, ABS with EBD, hill start assist, dual airbags, parking sensors, and electronic stability program, traction control, speed alert, and more. We are expecting Nissan to price the Magnite Easy Shift quite aggressively. The car maker had done that with the Magnite's launch, and it won't be a surprise if this undercuts all automatic rivals. The Magnite is already positioned at the lower end of the compact SUV segment, rival to the Renault Kiger. It also takes on the likes of the higher variants of the subcompact SUVs like the Tata Punch, Hyundai Exter, and the Citroën C3. Then, on the other end of the price range, it can attract buyers of the compact SUVs, including the recently updated Tata Nexon, Mahindra XUV 300, Maruti Suzuki Brezza, Hyundai Venue, Maruti Suzuki Fronx, and the Kia Sonet. This new variant carries forward all the traits of the Magnite. And with the introduction of the AMT, we hope prospective automatic car buyers will have a more affordable option to choose from.